Hello, I'm trying to do this again now. I'm not 100% sure what I'm saying in this one with regards to what I need to say, so bear with me. Basically, I was requested how to explain how I went around being an independent surrogate, so basically working without an agency. Now, the agency don't seem to do masses. Mainly it's drawing up an agreement, which is easy enough to do without an agency, making a match originally and stuff like that. So I'll go over this a little bit. Now, your best bet, as I said in the last video, is to be in surrogacy groups, be that on an online forum like surrowfinder.com or being on Facebook groups, which I do prefer personally. I do find that Facebook groups are an absolute brilliant thing to be in. Now, there is drama, as I said. There can be a lot of issues with all the hormones and the emotions and lots of women, you know, it happens, but mainly it's an amazing source of support and advice and knowledge. Now, I found all of my matches in there, and I would recommend it above anything is finding forums or groups or whatever that are surrogacy based. I think NetMums has now got a surrogacy group. What to Expect, I think, has a surrogacy section on it. And Google is your friend. So find these groups and meet a match independently. You don't need an agency to meet a match. The other thing that the agencies tend to do is draw up an agreement. Now, I went over an agreement before, what I had, the agreement basis I had with my previous IPs, which was through the agency. What I can do, if anyone's interested, is go over the agreement I have got now with my new IPs. But basically, we just use some of the templates. Loads of people in these Facebook groups in particular have independent surrogacy match templates. So this goes over what your expenses are, how they're going to be paid, when or if you terminate and for what reasons, what tests you're willing to do, what happens if you die in, your IPs die whilst you're pregnant or before the parental order is granted. This is in England, obviously. Who the baby goes to, what happens if I'm unconscious, what happens if I die and the baby survives. The baby will go to the IPs, but obviously they'd have to adopt it, and any leftover expenses will go to my husband because, you know, that would be fair. If there's any left to be had, if there's not, then no. Miscarriage and stillbirth payments, which is very simple, as in if I need any more money on top of my expenses that I've had to date to cover hospital stays, loss of earnings, any issues, they would pay them. If I had money left over of my expenses I hadn't yet spent, I will pay them back. This is really not rocket science. So nobody's left out of pocket particularly, nobody's screwed over in any way. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go over it in more detail if you want, but it's mainly matching and the agreement. You do also need life insurance, but again, when you're with an agency, they aren't going to do that for you. You have to do it independently anyway. Same with getting a will sorted. Not that I have a will still. Second match, still don't have one. I'm a genius. And other than that, the agencies, they don't help you with a birth plan. They're supposed to be there to help you find a match, which I always did independently anyway. Do an agreement, but again, I did one independently. Wasn't easy. It wasn't hard at all. There are templates all over the interweb. Go search. Again, Google is a legend. And then if you have any problems or you need any help or advice or anything like that, they weren't ever there anyway. So I got all of that in the group. So for me, being an independent surrogate has been really, really easy, very easy transition. It has been no different really, because all that I had was an agreement meeting with my previous agency, and that's kind of all they did. So it's not very hard. When it comes to America, however, this is going to be slightly different. Now, I know you have like an account in escrow or an escrow account, or however you say that exactly, and you have lawyers and solicitors and everything. And in England, it is illegal to have a solicitor or a lawyer draw up your surrogacy agreement, much as it's illegal to get any payments of any sort. Now, in America, it's different. Some states will allow compensation. Some will only allow altruistic surrogacy, like in England, no money, just expenses. Some have no laws governing surrogacy or guidelines or anything in place, which is just weird. But I'm sure there are ways around it. But I don't have masses of information on that. So again, if you join, like on Facebook, there's a group called Surrogate Mothers. If you just search it, you have to request to join it, but it's mainly American, and from there you can usually be added into groups for your state or your town or whatever, where people will also have the names of lawyers or whatever that will set up your accounts and draw up whatever legalities need doing. So you can find it by using the information from people. Sorry, it's bright here again. I'm like glary. That'll be my thumbnail, though the last one was awesome. Had to use it. Sorry, I know it's rude, but it was hilarious. So boom, it went on. So basically, yeah, you will be able to get the name of a lawyer or someone that will be able to set up these accounts for you. I think the surrogate has one lawyer and the IPs have another lawyer in some states, or you have the same one. But again, you can use Google to find a lawyer or a solicitor or whatever you need. And I'm sure you could speak to them, and the lawyer themselves will know how to set up this escrow account or whatever. So again, you can easily do this stuff independently. You really don't need an agency in this day. And previously, before the internet was so vast and everywhere on your phone, in your pocket, in your ass practically, if your phone's in the back pocket, you would have needed an agency to get half of the stuff that is really recommended. They really did have a golden age, but you kind of don't need them now. So and then my sister rang me, so that cut me off. So yeah, as I say, you don't really need an agency anymore to do any of this stuff. If you need any more advice, you've got any more specific questions, comment below, PM me on Facebook or whatever. As I said, I check my other folders as much as possible. Ideally, if you could please PM my Facebook page rather than my profile, which is just Lumdydums, I'd appreciate that. But yeah, that's it really. So let me know if you've got any issues, questions or anything, and I will do my best to get back to you. But I'm going to head off now because a little Miss Edith has woken up from her nap, so I should probably like feed her or be a parent in some way, you know. She always wants parenting. What's that about? The dog's down here. She's so cute. So yeah, I love you and leave you, and I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will speak soon. Bye.